Desperation marketing never works, right? When you bring neediness to the marketplace, right? Or you come across as too eager. How many of us remember the dating game? Maybe some of you are still in the dating game. But I remember you had to play the game. You had to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like if you came on too strong, too desperate, too needy, too eager, it was a major turnoff. But I think the other thing too, when it comes to closing, follow up, like that conversation, it's so important because you're treating it like a business and not a hobby. You want to start keeping track of every single person you ATM. You want to keep track of every single person you're adding to the groups. Now, I know some of us have like online tools or we're using some type of CRM, and that's awesome. Use whatever works for you. I still just have a physical tracker. This is how I keep track of every single person I ATM. When you are aggressively pursuing a goal and you've got a lot of determination and you're really excited about it, sometimes you're having lots of conversations and you're so excited, you're so eager that you kind of start to lose track of some of the conversations. So you have to make it a habit to keep track of every person you talk to. And I know sometimes it's like we're on the go and we're out and about. Create or use some type of like a reminders app, or like email yourself or text message yourself, whatever's the easiest for you to keep track of those conversations. Because sometimes people just send you a quick message or they respond to a story and you don't even get around to ATMing them. You just answer their question real quick and then you forget about them. Sometimes those are your best people, right? Because they reach out with a very specific question or they respond to one of your stories and they're asking for more information. You must keep track of these people and ATM your face off, add tag message. You should have a group of some sort with before and after pictures, testimonials, right? Facts tell, stories sell. And here's the thing, when it comes to your marketing, when it comes to your conversations, number one, write this down. You're going to do a lot more damage one-on-one. I see a lot of people, they're using this automation stuff, these tools, they're doing reels and all the things. And that does work for people that have influence. If you've got a massive following or a lot of credibility or maybe a huge, massive customer base, you got to do what you got to do. But even when you send out your messages through like a project broadcast, if you send out messages or you're sending copy and paste messages one-on-one to people, and it's very obvious that you're sending that message out to a lot of people, you might want to pump the brakes because people are less likely to respond, especially nowadays. How many of us have noticed our responses aren't what they once were? You're going to get less responses from people when they can tell it's a mass message, a mass text. First of all, customize and personalize your posts, your videos, your messaging, obviously. But number three, you really want to create the conversation first. Get the dialogue going. Hey, Sarah, how are you? I hope you had a great weekend. Let them respond. Whatever, get the conversation going. And then, hey, I was following up with you to see if you had a chance to watch that video or check out those testimonials I tagged you in. Conversations lead to sales. Conversations lead to enrollments. And I think some of us, again, when we talk about creativity, we need to find creative ways to stay in touch with people, right? We need to find creative ways to offer more value. Let me give you another example. Write this down. For those of you that are working on some business prospects, how many of us are guilty of just leaning on our social media or our messenger inbox too much? Offer to do a phone call. Offer to hop on a call. You can find out more about them, build a better relationship, a better connection, even if they don't join. Let's say 6 months from now or 2 years from now, they think about getting involved in a business like this. They think about supplementing their income. They're going to think of you because you took that extra time to build that rapport and hop on a real phone call with them. I know that's crazy to talk about using your smartphone for an actual phone call, but these are the things that I've done over the years. These are the things that have helped increase my close ratio. And still today, even if I have somebody straight up say, hey, what's your link? Hey, what's your link? I want to check out your products. Oh, well, which products were you interested in? What were your goals? Find out what they got going on. In fact, write this down too. This is another good one. Sell the solution, not the product, not the features, not the benefits. Sell the solution. In fact, another good thing to do is talk more about the problems. Talk about the pain points. and rub some freaking salt in the wound. You hear me say this all the time. This is literally what I do all the time. I talk about my MLM PTSD, right? I talk about, if I'm talking about products, obviously it might be different. But when it comes to talking about business, I talk about, feeling like my entire team wasn't winning. And I just couldn't look people in the eye anymore. I couldn't tell them that you can do this, or you should do this, or you should keep going, because I lost my belief, my passion and vision, because I knew that the majority of people I was enrolling, they weren't even making their money back, let alone building a legitimate business that was helping them fire their boss, spend more time with their kids. Like all the reasons they got started in the first place, right? Like I wasn't seeing, after 7 years with this one company, I wasn't seeing the fruits. I wasn't seeing people winning. So I kept talking about that. And instead of me selling my business, and you could say this same thing with product, right? Like let's say you're struggling with energy, or wearing shorts in public, or your sleep, sugar cravings, or whatever it is that you're struggling with in regards to your health, and then talk about what you're doing about it, the solution you found. By the way, that doesn't mean you have to have like some crazy weight loss story. You can just say, hey, listen, I'm starting on this new fat loss system. I like those words better, by the way. Instead of weight loss product, how about fat loss system? Systems sound better than products. There's ways to address the pain points and the problems in your marketing, in your one-on-one conversations. And then, and here's the solution. In fact, when you're creating copy, you're creating a post or a video or whatever, think about PSR: problem, solution, result. Here's the problem. Here's the solution I found. Here's the result I was getting, or here's how I'm feeling after a week on the products, or here's the results my customers are getting. Here's the results that my friends are getting. Like whatever, like you don't always have to have a personal, I don't share my personal weight loss story because I don't have one. Because we have a lot of great success stories from using it. Same with the collagen, same with the gut health. Like our top selling products, I'm not necessarily the best testimonial, but facts tell, stories sell. So I'm selling other people's stories. But for me, again, I'm a big recruiter. You guys know me. I'm all about the recruiting mindset, right? That's my philosophy, is building teams and creating leverage. Still today, I'm out there having conversations every day, recruiting, leading by example, doing the things I tell my people to do. But I tell my story. Write down 3, 4, 5 major keys, major bullet points, like things that are personal to you as to why you started this business, why you started this product. 3 to 5 major keys, things that you can bring up in your videos, in your posts, when you're wanting to promote, when you're wanting to follow up with someone or reach out to someone on the first conversation, asking someone if they're keeping their options open and making money outside of what they do right now. You can bring up your personal reason for doing it, your reason why, because people relate to people. They don't relate to ingredients. Eventually, you have to get to the point where you're like so certain, you have so much confidence, because I think that's a big thing that people struggle with too. The reason I enroll so many people consistently, the reason I just had my best recruiting year ever, I have so much certainty in what I'm doing. I have so much belief in what I'm doing. I know I can help a coachable person that puts forth the effort. Does that make sense? You have to get to that point in your business, in your products. When you're talking about your products, do you have that certainty? Because that's really what people are buying. They're buying your belief, your certainty. They could buy from someone else. Why would they buy from you? Because not only do you have certainty, but you're also treating them like a human. You're being a human first and a marketer second. How can you make that connection? How can you ask better questions? You got to figure out what you're comfortable with, because listen, if you ATM 100 people this week, expose 100 people to your products or opportunity this week, but you're not keeping track of those people, you're not having those one-on-one conversations. They say right now, and this is a combination of the down economy, people are just more skeptical. It's a combination of reasons, but it takes the average consumer 22 days to make a buying decision. 22 days. So are you going to be patient? Are you going to be persistent? Are you going to follow up with these people? Are you going to, offer that additional layer of customer experience and customer service? Because this is the X factor. This is such a major key. So these are the things I would work on if I were you. I'd be working on my posture. You got the cookie. That needs to be your mindset. Like, they are so freaking lucky that you are approaching them and sharing the goods, sharing this information. Like, thank God somebody shared this industry, this profession with me, because I was headed down the wrong path. I was trouble with a capital T. Network marketing and personal development literally saved my life. Hands down, period, end of story. It saved my life. Meeting Nadya, right? Being exposed to mentors and positive personal and professional growth, like needing to become a better human. Like, I needed that desperately. I had to develop the posture where, like, I don't need people to join me. I got the cookie. They're lucky I'm sharing this information with them. They're so freaking blessed. Tracking your leads listen, I want you to also check out your ATM groups. Look at your welcome post. What are the best videos to tag people in? Knowing exactly what to do with someone from A to Z. I add them to this group. I tag them in this video. I follow up with them within 24 hours. If it's a business prospect or even a customer prospect, you could do this, but definitely business prospects, put them in chats. If you're not putting your people, your business prospects in a chat with at least 3 other teammates, social marketers, upline leaders, whatever you call them in your company, ambassadors, mentors, like, you have to introduce your people, especially your business prospects, to other people on the team for 2 reasons. 1, they're going to hear other testimonials and get their questions answered, and it makes them feel like they're a part of something. Number 2, duplication. How can I tell someone to ATM people and do group chats and all these things if I'm not doing that with them? They don't understand what that means because I didn't do it with them. I think one of the reasons I've had so much success over the years is I keep things very, very simple, and I follow basic protocol. Like, I know I need to use a tool. I don't want to explain the comp plan. I don't want to explain the products. Even if I could, even if you could, you shouldn't, because people are going to go, oof, I can't explain that. I get people that say, I can't do what you do because I can't do videos, right? People are watching what you're doing. Now, of course, I tell them you don't have to do what I'm doing, right? But when it comes to the opportunity video, when it comes to the ATM system, like, they need to see, like, oh, all I got to do is what you're doing with me. Like, exactly. All you got to do is add people to the groups, tag them in the videos, tag them in the things, right? 1 or 2 videos. Don't tag them in 19 videos. Tag them in like 1 or 2 videos based on what they're interested in, and then introduce them to other people within 24 to 48 hours. Like I said, for 2 reasons. They can meet other people, get their questions answered, be inspired by some of the other people on the team, but also they can say, wow, this is all I got to do. It's like, yes, exactly. And again, you can offer that additional support. You know, you can create your own VIP support chat for your customers, or you can do some promos amongst your customer base, or you can hop on a phone call or a Zoom, or physically go meet with a business prospect if that's, you know, available, an option for you because they're a local person to you. Whatever. The point is, I'm telling you, you have to figure out ways to stand out right now. You have to figure out ways to stand out. The days of like just going viral. And this is always what I was worried about. I remember when I first started promoting, for those of you who've been following us a few years, when I first started promoting TikTok and Reels and these short form videos to our teammates, I told everybody, anybody that would listen, like, listen, I don't know how long this is going to last. We're going to take advantage of it while we can. And now we're back to just doing the normal things, right? Showing up consistently, building those relationships, referral posts, group chats, like individually. And I know for some of us, because we love social media so much, like we just want to do all things on social, but you have to realize that like having a phone conversation with someone, or, you know, spending that one-on-one time with them, even though sometimes you might say, well, that's time consuming, or I'm an introvert, or I don't know what to say, you're going to have to get over that, because just posting and praying, posting and ghosting, that's not going to pay your bills. You're not going to build an empire working, 45 minutes a day, just posting and disappearing from your social. Now, I'm not saying, like, I love the power hour mentality where you should, do 60 minutes of income producing activities every day. I love that. I think all of us can find 3, 5, 7 hours a week to intentionally work our business, but you're not going to, let's be clear. There's a difference in making extra money and building an empire. But eventually you want to get to the point where, like, even if you are full-time like I am, even if you have a massive business, you still want to focus on those personal production activities. Like Nadya and I still have new customers enrolling every single week. We still have new teammates, social marketers, which is what we call them in our company, enrolling every single week. I'm leading by example. I'm telling people to do the things that I'm doing.